Hello, guys, and welcome back. So, today we are going to delve a little bit in conspiracy territory, and we are going to check if basically the planets align, the cycles, what the politicians do, and the bullish news that should come. Now, let's check the price of Bitcoin. It's 65,400 as I'm filming this. Yeah. So it looks like it didn't form. And I said here a double or a triple bottom. I was going for a triple bottom or an inverted head and shoulders, but some traders would call this one the second shoulder, but depending who you talk to, and it's a lot of interpretations of charts, and sometimes I've seen traders that disagree, and some say no, it's that pattern, no, it's rather that pattern because the candle is a little bit longer or shorter, but that's another discussion. So it seems that Bitcoin is going down right now on an hourly chart. It forms. Should this be a bullish flag? It might. So let's go and check the news first. And the first post is from Crypto Rover, which says Clarity Act problem remains. The odds surged to 50% yesterday after Trump accepted the ethics provisions, but dropped 38% today after Democrats allegedly identified major loopholes. So, first, the ban excludes officials' children, while Trump's crypto business is legally managed under his sons, by his sons. And the second one, enforcement falls to the DOJ, led by Attorney General appointed by the President, creating a clear conflict of interest, of course. And I think this thing with having officials and insiders being banned from trading, it's more for the public. It's more public show because come on, if Trump or any other official would say, oh, just trade on your account and I give you this money and you trade for me and you are a friend basically, and you will do this for the guy or the woman or whatever, and they will just give you some percentages which translate in a lot of money, and you will just do it. So the ban is for the family of the officials and stuff like that. It's BS. For me, it's BS. You can simply just go and if Trump would hire me to open an account and trade in his name or anyone else and say, oh, you just do whatever I tell you and the account is in your name, I will just do it for him, and I will be I will just give him his money back and stuff like this, and of course he will pay me or someone will pay me, and yeah, just of course nobody would say no, especially if you're like a 9 to 5 worker and some official comes to you with this kind of offer. You will not refuse it. Let's be serious now. So it's more for the show, these problems, and I start thinking that the officials and the politicians, they just play into they have some sort of calendar, and they will release the good news when the time is ripe. And right now uh, we have to go down a little bit more or stay in this range a little bit more, and so that whoever needs to accumulate and do some stuff will do that. And I believe that the cycles are engineered by officials, politicians, and big players in the market, and we are just the plebs who are just following the cycle. Yeah. So let's go to the next post, which is from Coin Bureau. Breaking: the U.S. officially has passed to Stop Insider Trading Act, banning Congress from buying stocks in 232 to 198 votes. So a lot of people opposed. and those who opposed, they were either left out or they did it for the show. Members of Congress, their spouses, and dependent children would be banned from purchasing publicly traded stocks while in office. Lawmakers must publicly disclose any planned stock sale 7 to 14 days in advance. Violations carry a fine of $2,000 or 10% of transaction value, whichever is greater, plus forfeiture of any gains. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this. You can just, open like a company and put someone to trade in your name, and you just tell them to do this or that. The bill does not require divestiture. Members can keep every share they currently own. No member of Congress has ever been prosecuted under the existing 14-year-old Stock Act despite repeating violations. Of course, they won't do that unless they are like some opposition, some real opposition. But I'm skeptical, and you should also be. I'm Eastern European, and I know how this thing works. It's just show. This kind of laws are just show for the public to pretend to be honest and whatever. And it doesn't have a political color. It's like from the far left to the far right. It's like all the same. Once you give them money, once they have the access to gain a lot of money, they will just stick together. Let's go to the next post, which is some bullish news, and it's kind of interesting. This one is from Romanian guy Crypto Aici. Ethereum validators exit queue reaches 0. The exit queue for validators on Ethereum network has dropped to 0, which means that at this moment there are no validators waiting to withdraw their Ethereum from staking. And he says, why is this important? And I guess you already understand why is this important. So the exit queue is an indicator closely watched by investors because it reflects selling pressure from validators. So there is no selling pressure right now. And as I've seen in the last days that Ethereum is preparing to go up, and we might have an alt season or something like that beyond the corner, and we might have it in the spring, I would guess, but I will go for the spring. I hope we have something, and I will keep accumulating, as I said in my previous video. So when it reaches 0, it means there is no wave of pending withdrawals, suggesting the validators are not rushing to exit staking. What is the market watching? The evolution of staking entry queue, whether validators continue to keep their Ethereum locked, the impact on available supply on the market. So the conclusion, the disappearance of the exit queue is a signal that immediate pressure from validators has eased, combined with inflows into spot ETFs and growing institutional interest. This indicator continues to support the fundamentals of the Ethereum network. Yeah, that's a good news. That's actually very positive news, in my opinion. And I think you can find this also to be a very positive news. Now let's go to the next one. So the Bitcoin clock never lies, and it points to October 9. So bull phase 1064 days, bear phase 364. And in order to check this, because because I basically didn't know, it's not really exactly. I asked the AI, I asked Gemini, so let's be clear. So the first cycle was 410 days. The second one, the bear phase went 663. God damn it, my 363. And the third cycle 376, and you can see the minuses here. So I asked him from the top to bottom how many days were, and if we put it will fall around October 9, because we had it on October the 6th. Yeah, we had the top here, and it should be 300. I can move it. Let's move it a little bit. So October the 6th was here, and basically it's October the 6th as well. However, yeah, of course, let's go for 380 days, October the 21st, and he said 9th of October, which is 368 days. Yeah, it's a bit off, but it's about around October. And I think the bear market, the bull market, they are somewhat engineered by the big players and by the politicians that have some interest in trading. And of course, it's just money to be made. Why wouldn't you have interest? Yeah, let's go to the next post, which is from Altcoin Daily. And new Senate Republicans have released the updated Crypto Clarity Act text, 5 major revisions. Here is what's inside. So first, new crypto ethics rules, president, vice president, members of Congress, federal judges, other covered officials and their spouses would be banned from issuing, promoting digital assets for compensation while in office. And once they, second day they are out from the office, they can just do it, and like they don't still have friends in the office. It's BS, and they don't have a following. Like JD Vance wouldn't, if he quits today, people will stop following him tomorrow, and he can just, anyone can just go out and still talk. If he's got a voice, people will follow. People will be influenced by influential people, basically. So just they can do it, whatever. There are always loopholes in this kind of things. If you want to do it, you can just do it. It just takes you an extra step to go or two. So the second, protection for crypto developers, non-custodial software developers, and blockchain infrastructure providers would not automatically be treated as money transmitters simply for building decentralized technology. That seems to be bullish and seems to do something interesting. However, anyone who knowingly helps facilitate illegal transactions can still face criminal liability, of course. Yeah, but they will still do, criminals will still do criminal thing, and they will just go around the law, and it's an endless battle, giving new laws, giving new loopholes, giving new ways around, and yeah. So 3, the stablecoin rewards companies could not pay passive interest on unused payment stablecoins balances. Rewards tied to actual activity, including transactions or staking, would still be allowed. So this one is interesting. So you can just get money if you just keep your money into stablecoins, and you should use it, or either stake it. I think staking it, it's a decent thing, and that's a good one. So the fourth, stronger crypto crime enforcement. The bill provides more funding, blockchain analytics tools, and training for state and local law enforcement. This should be interesting. It also creates cyber center focused on threats from countries like North Korea and Iran. So basically, I think they will confiscate stuff from North Korea and Iran. And the fifth, bankruptcy protection. If an exchange or custodian fails, customer crypto would remain the property of the customer instead of becoming part of the company's bankruptcy estate. I think this one should have always been the case, but better late than never, I guess. Yeah, let's go to the next one, which is the last one. This one is from Bitcoin Pulsex. So everyone is watching the wrong Bitcoin level. The crowd is focused on 54, 50 and 45k. I'm watching something completely different, the 0.8 retracement. Previous bear markets have shown the real bottom often comes where almost nobody is looking. 2018 gave us a clue, 2022 repeated it, and now 2026 could be setting up the same way. Forget the obvious targets, the 0.8 level is where things could get very interesting. This might be something. It might. But today I'm focusing on the lows, and I believe that people will still find loopholes, and this is more for the show and for basically creating the cycle and keeping the cycle artificially alive. But that's just my opinion. I would really appreciate to hear your opinions. And do you believe that someone is trying to control the market and controlling the market successfully and the cycles successfully, and they are just being engineered on us? And if you think that's the case, let me know. So see you with the next one, guys. I hope you enjoyed.